morning everyone, hope you're well. I wasn't planning on doing a video this soon after yesterday, but I had a couple of comments from a couple of subscribers on that video about, one of them was somebody that passed with me a few months ago now. She's finding it a little bit intimidating with vehicles behind. And one of the points on the video was I was entering my higher speed limit. I was going into a national, which was a 60. But the vehicle in front was only doing about 40 plus, so I was going with that vehicle speed. And what my viewer put was that she said that even though she was driving at the speed limit, if she's got vehicles behind getting too close, she feels like she's got to speed to get out of their way. So it's a bit like intimidation. What you've got to remember is there's not a lot you can do with vehicles behind you, because if they're tailgating, you can't control what they're doing to a point. But what you can do is give yourself more space from the vehicle in front, which allows you more time to slow down much more gradually. So hopefully the tailgating vehicle will drop back, which then minimises that little risk. When I drive, I don't drive to the vehicle behind, I drive according to the vehicle in front. So do you remember on your lessons, Cheryl, when we used to do the faster roads, and whatever the speed limit was, if we can do that speed limit, fantastic. But sometimes, as long as you're keeping with the flow, so you're not driving unnecessarily slowly, then that is perfectly fine. Like now, you can see I've got a vehicle well ahead of me. He's doing 45 and a 50, absolutely fine. The vehicle behind, I know you probably can't see, I don't think you can see it in the small screen, the white Cougar, it's getting slightly close, so I'm just braking that little bit earlier. And it just makes them drop back a little bit. And you're not doing it to brake check them, you're doing it to keep yourself safe, to give yourself that little bit more space, to minimise that little risk. And I don't think it's all to do with driving nowadays. I just think life in general, people don't have time for anybody else. Everybody's in such a rush. Even you go into the shop, people don't open the door for you no more. You're in the aisle at the supermarket, people don't get out of your way. It's just life which you've got to sort of come to terms with. Like now, approaching these lights, now there's a man approaching on the left. We're going to clear that, but the Cougar behind is so close, they can probably see what I had for my breakfast. But there, I didn't speed up. I just held my ground, held the car back a little bit so we knew we was going to clear them lights, and then we carry on. And at some point, they might take the hint, because actually now they've dropped back a little bit. Another comment was from Rachel. She said how I hold back at lights like I'm doing now, just holding the car back a little bit. Again, it holds the car back behind me, but also I'm keeping the car rolling rather than rushing up and having to stop. And as soon as you stop, the vehicles in front are moving. It's easier to try to keep the flow. So there I'm helping out the driver behind by letting them carry on. Remember what I said on your lessons, everybody, that the three things that we're looking for is your position, your speed, and your gear. So if you're in the right position, doing the right speed in the right gear, we are ticking many boxes. Just holding the car back now. There's a blue Focus coming across, which you will see, and there's a white van coming across quite quickly. After that, we've got space to go. There's the van, and we're good to go. So as it come around, I'm looking at this slip road on the left because vehicles could merge. Well, that would be our priority. So straight into a 50, I'm doing just literally on the 50 now. There goes the Cougar. Because they need to get where they're going 2 seconds earlier. Total disregard for the law, they need to get there 2 seconds earlier. It's just the impatience of people. And I wonder if they'd be doing that if I'd been a police car. Or if it had been their son or daughter on a driving lesson, would they be tailgating? I very much doubt it. So as well as them 3 questions, I'm always looking for space. I want space in front of me, I want space alongside me. Hopefully I can get a dual carriageway or motorway driving at some point. Like here, I'm just holding back on this Fiat rather than going alongside it, because there's always the risk that they want to move over. Just looking at this Fiesta alongside me now, she's getting so close to that Fiat. Is she now going to dart down the inside? So you just hold back, keep yourself thinking for that little bit of space.
Caution.
And the art as well is to try to slow your car down before the vehicle in front by looking further ahead. So I make your braking a lot smoother. There goes the Fiesta darting across. Let's see what a rush is in. So for those of you who are watching, like I said yesterday, a lot of my viewers are not subscribers. I think it's about 73% are not subscribed. So it would be great if you could subscribe and like and share and drop the comments on. It helps us all out. Also, it'd be nice to know whether you prefer the longer videos or these short sort of 10-15 minute videos of me driving or pupils driving. I'm just going to park up here and wait for my first pupil. I may try to do a few more little snippets throughout the day. Let's see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Take care. Speak to you soon. Cheers all. Have a good day. Hi again all. I've just got about 5 minutes or so to my next lesson, so I just thought I'd take you through a quick ride. The first video, the first part of the video, is only about 9 minutes long, so I'm going to try and put together about 15-20 minutes today and see what we can find. So following on from what we were saying earlier, with other people trying to intimidate, and I think Pobster had the same issues as well. I wouldn't say issues, maybe it's the wrong word, but the same sort of feelings about it, where he felt that he had to rush his decision making to try to please other people, and that is not the case. You know, drive to what you can see, drive at your own pace. And like I said earlier, as long as you're keeping with the flow of traffic, that you're not holding people up. So you don't want to be thinking that way, that you're driving bad due to other people's impatience. And all your actions in the car just want to be unhurried. We don't rush them. The way you use your pedals, your gears, your steering, it doesn't want to be forced. And if you let people intimidate you, you're going to start to rush things in your car, and that's where you're going to start creating problems for yourself. It would be nice to know, because Popster, he's in Germany. It would be nice to see what it's like in Germany. I'd assume people's attitudes are the same as over here. It seems to be pretty widespread now. For those of you that are not one of my pupils, I'm based in Essex, I sort of work in the sort of Basildon area, Basildon, Langdon, Langdon Hills, Billericay, that sort of area I'm generally working in. Basildon is very heavily dependent on quite large, fast-flowing roundabouts.
Caution.
I have generally found that since COVID, people's attitudes have changed. And I think particularly with people trying to get driving tests, you know, let's held back a little bit, and that worked out really nicely in our favour. Because of waiting time for driving tests now, you are finding that people are booking driving tests and trying to go far too early and failing, which is why you're getting such a long tailback. It's not how I work. I prefer to wait until my pupils are absolutely ready to go and aim to get the best result possible. Here, I'm doing a left turn but from the middle lane, because straight after turning right at the second roundabout, and that puts me nice and neatly in the correct lane. So we've got a couple of vehicles coming from the right, a white Fiesta and a black learner car. As soon as we're clear on those, we're rolling it back out again. I always go on the basis that if the lights have been green a long time, the odds against you are going to be higher. The more chance them changes, so you just lift off and anticipate. And getting back to what we were saying earlier with Cheryl and Popster, you know, my advice to you guys is to continue doing what you do the way you was taught. Don't let other people intimidate, and always give yourself that space, time and space. Do things that little bit earlier. And if you start to slow down a couple of seconds earlier, you'd be surprised at how much more distance you're going to have. I always say that if you walk for 1 or 2 seconds, you're probably going to walk maybe half a car length. But if you're driving, doing 20, 30, 40 miles an hour, whatever the speed is, in a couple of seconds, the distance travelled is going to be far greater. So if you slow down that a little bit earlier, you're gaining all the extra time and space. So I'm just going to hold back a little bit for this roundabout. I'm just looking now through the trees. I've got my view early and we're away. And it's not an excessive head turn. When I say to my pupils, neck and windows, they know what I'm talking about. We're not looking directly right, we're just glancing really early. So if you watch now, I'm just slowing the car gently now. That's a slight glance. But I'm still looking ahead at the same time. Although we can see clearly there's nothing in front of us, there could be. So with the videos I'm doing now, obviously not professional level, I'm just saying things as they happen. I'm trying to make it a little bit better as we go along. It's getting that confidence to talk in front of the camera. It's a bit different to being one-to-one in the car. But hopefully they'll gradually get a little bit better for you guys. So I'm just by my pupil's address now. So we'll try and pick up a little bit later and do a few more minutes. So if I try and get sort of 15-20 minutes today, that'd be really good. I don't want to bore you lot, so we'll wind this one down. Speak shortly. Cheers guys. Right guys, that's another one done. So I'm just going to do a short 5 minutes while I drive home for a quick bite to eat. And that'll probably be it for today. I'm just holding back on this van. Looks like a delivery driver, maybe looking for an address. I'm holding back just in case he decides to reverse back. Waiting for this white van to pass from the right, and then we're clear. So I know you can't see to the right on this camera angle, so I just point things out that I'm looking for as we approach. Assuming that those of you that are watching from other parts of the country have got roads just as bad as ours. Where I'm in Essex, the roads are absolutely atrocious with the potholes, and it seems to be getting worse. So I think Pobster, he's in Germany. It'd be nice to know what the state of the roads are over there, just as a point of interest. So if you're watching this, Pobster, just drop a comment as you always do. Just let me know the state of your roads. Reading through Popster's comments, he was saying that, like Cheryl, the intimidation from other drivers, the only advice I can give to you is just try to rise above it. Just don't let it affect your way of thought. Think about the way you've been taught, maybe what you've seen on my videos. You say I'm not rushing any decisions. You know, you can't control the impatience of drivers behind you, apart from the way we said earlier, by braking and looking further ahead, braking earlier. As always, looking out for the space. Give yourself as much time and space as you possibly can, and hopefully over time it will make you feel a lot better with your driving. I know you said that, Popster, that you are driving better. Right guys, I'm just going to park up here and shut this one down. So it's only like a couple of minutes just to finish off. And I'll speak to you guys soon. As always, you know, appreciate any comments, just drop them down below. Be great if you do subscribe. For those of you that haven't, be nice to get the numbers up a little bit. Any questions, just feel free to ask me. Speak later. Bye bye.